Alright, so we all knew this was coming. I mean, we knew it might happen. We didn't actually think it would happen, but South Korea has taken 2 steps backwards of where they were in terms of freedom of expression and censorship. I guess we already started taking 2 steps backwards with the whole banning saying Facebook in a song that wasn't even released to the public through cable thing. Poor Shiny. But, yeah, K-pop has gone way overboard apparently because every single broadcasting company and their mothers have decided that they're going to put bans effective immediately on what groups wear, but most specifically girl groups. You know that whole double standard thing that's existed in every place, everywhere since, I don't know, since man came to be, or woman came to be? Well, these are 2 stories that are specifically targeted to girl groups. Let me explain. The first one I did see coming, and I do think it's pretty reasonable, but it is still scandalous because apparently there are girl groups who are under fire for illegally employing minors. So it's basically like an artsy child labor law that is not being attended to. And what have we been thinking of mostly when we think of minors in the K-pop industry? GP Basic. But it turns out that despite me going immediately to GP Basic, they are in the middle of this controversy, along with FX and Kara. Go figure. According to the National Assembly's Committee on Culture, Sports, Tourism, Broadcasting, and Communications, say that 3 times fast, there's a Labor Standards Act that's been in effect since 2007, which states that any company that employs a child younger than 15, they must be issued a document that authorizes the employment of said girl or girl group. But some girl groups are currently promoting without such authorizations. Among these are FX's Sully, Kara's Kang Ji-young, who were both born in 1994, and GP Basic's Hana, who was born in 1996, and Janie, you know, the little rapper who's in elementary school, who was born in 1998. They've all performed on stage without proper authorization. It's also reported that, you know, the Ministry of Employment and Labor, they keep track of who has, you know, put forth the paperwork. It says that since the law was enacted in 2007, only 3 authorizations were given in 2008, 14 in 2009, which means people really took it seriously, or they were just promoting more jailbait, and only 1 as of July 2010. However, I'm confused with why they're targeting specifically girl groups. I mean, I know why against the double standard, like, if people see this now and I don't wear this tank top, ooh, you can see my bra strap and I'm looking slutty or something like that. But, you know, a guy takes his shirt off and nobody really cares. It's that whole double standard of we have different anatomy, and unfortunately girls have to cover up more because that's just the way genetics work. But they could, you know, take little girls and, you know, put them through sexploitation and over-sexualize them. I mean, I understand, and the girl group for K-pop, the K-pop market is very competitive. I understand that, but it seems like they're only targeting girl groups. Not that I know any little boy groups like GP Basic or anything, but I'm sure that the same rule is going to go for boys as well. This also goes for child actors, and I believe it said there are a couple who are not following these regulations as well. So, FX and GP Basic and Kara, they are under fire at the moment. FX and Kara, all their members are over the age of 15, but in the past they did perform without said license. Now here's another story that I was kind of confused about, and it has to do with pretty much every single broadcasting company in South Korea. Everybody knows that sex sells. It doesn't matter where you are. Everybody has to sort of make themselves look pretty or different or stuff like that in order to, you know, get noticed. So it's no surprise when you see, you know, K-pop groups in booty shorts or like midriffs and stuff like that. It's really no big deal to me. But apparently it's a big deal to every single broadcasting company and their mothers because they are putting a ban that has not been pushed so hard as it was since in 2000 when it was enacted. Let me explain this. I had yet to post this video I had made about Rainbow They are a girl group who just made their comeback with the song A, in which they lift their shirts up and go A, you know, which is called the ab dance. Well, it was decided that the ab dance was too sexually suggestive, so they had told Rainbow's agency that they needed to change the dance in order to keep promoting, and they also needed to change their costumes. Now, what I'm wondering is, why now? We've been promoting it for a couple weeks anyway, so why now? So they were sort of late in the game, so I guess what they decided was that because of GB Basic, because of Rainbow, or whatever, they are now deciding that they're putting more restrictions on the wardrobes of girls. I had also talked about Shady Girl, the song by Sistar, and how there were creepers who were like looking up their dresses to see if they were wearing, you know, shorts or something, and they were, just so you know. But they put a certain specific rule in that too. But this whole thing is so gender biased, it is ridiculous. It says that clothing censorship, which first began in 2000, it had begun with 3 major broadcast companies, but the checks for clothing have returned once again in order to reduce the amount of sexually suggestive clothing and performances that are broadcast. And not only is it clothing, but it is also things like the ab dance. And not to say that it's like a really big deal, because I personally didn't think it was until everybody else started making a big deal of it, but they start listing what the 3 main things that girl groups can't wear anymore, which are clothes that show cleavage, clothes that show belly buttons, or wearing hot pants under mini skirts. But what I'm wondering is, why does this only apply for girl groups? I mean, there are guys who work out a lot, like pretty much everybody, like Taeyang, and they have cleavage in the sense that I think their abs sort of form that. So does that mean they're not allowed to wear like wife beaters or anything? It's mostly Inkigayo, which is on SBS, who have been really putting these bans into effect. But I just find that it's so gender biased. Like, why are we regressing so much, or why are they regressing so much as they're going to just totally censor, I don't know, like, it seems like Narsha, she's doing promotions for Mamma Mia, and she was also doing, what is it called, Beauty Pop Up or whatever, that one. She was wearing some pretty damn short shorts. But no, I guess they're not paying attention to legs because the belly button is more controversial, apparently. I mean, I guess if Rainbow, maybe they could still do the ab dance unless they're like completely banned from doing that, and they could just wear 2 shirts under it and go, you know, shirt, like with Big Bang's La 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 or whatever, when they were lifting the shirts up, and Top, who was also self-conscious, he had like another shirt under it. I mean, they could do that. I don't know. I don't get it. Maybe someone could tell me. I mean, some people think it's a good thing, but other people think that it's really limiting the artist's ability to, you know, express themselves. And I mean, if you got flaunt it, if you have a good body, I mean, that's great and stuff. I think that K-pop does know their limit, but so dumb. I'm guessing that if I ever went on a K-pop program, I can't wear this because I've got boobs. Go figure. Oh my god, a shock. Really. But I also don't like that, I guess on other music programs, like Music Bank and stuff like that, they will allow some things but not others, so it's getting the artists really confused, and they're trying to follow the rules and regulations so they can promote their singles and stuff like that on, you know, live TV. But it's getting confusing, and that really sucks. And I feel bad, like I really do. But, I don't know, never lived in a time or place anywhere where the belly button was more controversial than the legs that show off a little too much ass. So, K-pop fans, I hope you enjoyed this.
I need you, I want you so much. You're so special to me. I love you, boy.
And this.
Listen up. Yeah. I can't take it.
And this. Because it's not happening anymore. And doesn't that just suck? Relish in the memories.